This is the ops room of the Emergency Response Coordination Center. This is mission control when it comes to the 24 hours a day, 365-day a year monitoring of natural disasters or ones that are coming down the pipeline. And you can see here behind me these monitors. This is showing where the cases are, how many of them, where they're located, how quickly they are spreading. So everybody here in this room very much monitoring that situation. Now, going back to the evacuations, we know that France has activated the mechanism by which they'll get aid and assistance with the logistics and the funding of bringing out some of their citizens. I want to bring in now Johannes Luchner. He is the director of the Emergency Management and RescEU. Thank you very much for process right now.
We stand right now in the process of making sure that we have the location, the name, the details of every EU citizen who wants to leave China and cannot. We're coordinating every day with member states. We just finished a video conference with about 40 participants from Interior and Foreign Ministries to make sure we know where people are, to make sure how we get them to location, to make sure that the logistics arrangements are in place, both on the Chinese end and the European end, because we're talking about a pandemic and therefore the logistics is slightly more complicated than a normal repatriation.
We know that France has activated this. Has the plane gone out? Have they picked up these individuals yet?
As far as I know, no, but we just had a phone call with France, the results of which I don't have yet. But the most important thing for us is to make sure that when the operation starts, it actually works and there are no hiccups and the preparation is complex.
There are hundreds of EU citizens that are in Wuhan or that area right now. I think about 600 is the number that's been given, the known individuals that want to actually leave. What will their experience be if they are evacuated, both in Wuhan and then also when they arrive back in Europe?
If they are repatriated, they will have to deal with all the administrative details of leaving China. Some have dual citizenship. It depends on which passport they entered the country. We, via our delegation in Beijing, are in contact with the Chinese authorities to make sure that that runs smoothly. Then there will be a health screening, because if you have a plane full with 200 people and 3 of them are infected, there is a high risk that the others will land, when they land in Europe, will also be infected. So the screening has to be done. Those are infected cannot be taken on board. And when they arrive in Europe, they will have to go into quarantine for 14 days, which is the incubation period.
Will they all be in France, or will they then be dispersed to other countries? Do we know at this point?
We haven't decided yet. We are in discussion how this will be organized, whether they can be repatriated safely to their country of origin, or whether they have to stay at the arrival location.
So France was the first to do this. Are you expecting more countries will come forward and ask for this as well, or is this kind of activate the process for all EU members?
No, absolutely. As soon as the mechanism is activated, that means we talk to all member states, not just to the one that has activated. Several member states have said that they are willing and ready to go once they have sorted out the logistics details. So we're in discussion with all member states. We have also an own capacity via a broker contract to organize transport, but for the moment we think it will be sufficient. The assets that member states will provide will be sufficient to evacuate, plus, not to evacuate, to repatriate, plus minus 600 citizens that want to leave.